Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Reality radio for a really great future. We're talking real money.
It's Talking Real Money, the Daily Show. I'm Don McDonald. Welcome. Glad you tuned in, and I hope we can help you solve some of your bigger financial problems. Or your smaller ones. We're not picky. Either way works for me. So remember, you can call anytime at 855-935-TALK, 855-935-8255, or you can send in your questions via the contact form at talkingrealmoney.com. It's really, really easy. And since we're still catching up on phone calls, as a matter of fact, I've got 3 for today's show because one of them is really, really, really short. In fact, we're going to start with the really, really, really short one. 855-935-TALK is our number, 855-935-8255.
On the radio, you mentioned that there's only 2 index funds that you'll ever need, and I could not get the symbol. I was driving and I could not get the symbol. One was for Vanguard Total Stock Market Index Fund, and the other one was for a Vanguard Bond Fund. Thank you. Bye-bye.
I know it's really hard to write those down on the road, so don't write them down while you're driving, but they're really easy to find. If you want to find what we call our 2-fund solution, do this. I'm going to type it in along with you. Go to talkingrealmoney.com when you get home, talkingrealmoney.com. If you're listening to this in your car, and then you'll see all these cute pictures. There's a woman fixing her car. It says, do-it-yourself portfolios. Click right on that, and looky there. There is our 2-fund solution, the 2 funds. Vanguard Total World Stock Market Index, VTWAX, and Vanguard Total Bond Market Index, VBTLX, and even tells you the expense ratios and how many stocks were in the portfolio as of today. So check that out at talkingrealmoney.com, talkingrealmoney.com. And remember, again, call anytime, 855-935-TALK. And now this is a much more involved question. I like questions like this. Very involved, though, so you need to listen closely, as will I.
Hi, Don and Tom. My name is Maurice, and I listen to the show all the time. Great show. It breaks it down to my level so that I understand it. Here's my situation. I am retired military, so my income sources are VA disability, military retirement, and I also work for the government. So that gives me a combined annual income of about $120,000. My only debt is my house. The house is the payment owed on the house was about $270,000. House was valued at $470,000. Payments are $1,500 a month, but I've been doubling the payments, paying $3,000 a month. The interest rate is 2.98, and I guess one of my questions is, should I continue to pay double on the house or take the extra money and invest it elsewhere where I could make more money on it? My investments include TSP Roth and TSP traditional, which each one has about $120,000 in it. I also have a Roth IRA with USAA with about $70,000 in it. So should I stop paying on the extra money on the house and invest it with Vanguard, or should I continue on the path I'm on? Thank you.
Holy cow, that is a great... I thought I was getting a good mortgage rate on my new house. I'm getting 3.25%. I'm jealous now. Little rate envy. 2.98%. Maurice. From a strictly financial perspective, paying off that mortgage early is foolish because every check you write toward that mortgage adds to your home equity, but home equity is a non-liquid asset. It's a totally illiquid asset. Unless you're willing to sell the house, and if this is the house in which you want to live for a long time, well, it's better to have your assets available to you to create income, to do other things with, in my opinion, and to earn more money. It's really going to be hard. It's going to require an international, global fiscal disaster for you to make less than 2.98%. Heck, there are insurance companies who will, quote, guarantee, unquote, that to you. You know, it's an insurance company, but hey, there are people who you can beat that in some CDs these days, longer term CDs. I would not do that. I would, and you mentioned Vanguard there at the end. Cool, perfect. Go take a look at our 2-fund solution. Go take the risk quiz. See how much risk you can stand. I would not have a Roth with USAA. I love USAA. I have my insurance with USAA. I even have a bank account with USAA, but I would never invest with USAA. I don't think they have very good investment portfolios or investment advice. And believe me, they've called me. So you're in great shape financially. You're doing pretty well. You've got a good steady income. You're going to be like a triple dipper when you retire. That's the only thing I would do. I think that's great. So, yeah, don't pay down the mortgage anymore unless having a paid-for house is somehow overwhelmingly psychologically important to you. Otherwise, from a strictly financial standpoint, wow, do you have a good rate. Good job, Maurice. 855-935-TALK, 855-935-8255, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, or every Saturday you can call live between 3 and 5 p.m. Eastern, noon to 2 Pacific. The rest of the time, you leave a question like Maurice did, and we'll get to it on one of the future podcasts. Now, we're going to go to yet another relatively short call.
Yeah, hi. This financial advisory preliminary interview to have the advisor fill out and sign, is this legally binding? I got the form listening to your show and got it from the internet Vestory, I guess it is, Vestory.com, but is that legally binding? Thanks, Don. Bye.
Is a signature legally binding? Technically, yeah. I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but when you sign a document, you are agreeing to something. So one would have to think that it has some legal power. Bear in mind that even a verbal contract is legal and binding and enforceable. Just a little harder to prove. A written agreement like this, where they say, yes, I agree to these things, well, if they put their signature to it, it gives it a lot of credibility in a court. So, again, I can't give legal advice. I can't say that it's absolutely legally enforceable, but one would think it would certainly help a lot if you had a case against that advisor in which they did not act in your best interest or charged you in a way that was contrary to what they stated or sold you products that were contrary to the kinds of things they said they would be selling you or investing in for you. So, legally binding? A signature is legally binding. When you sign something, you're bound to that, unless you were coerced somehow. That wouldn't be the case with you and a stockbroker or you and an investment advisor. They're in the position of power, not you. That's why I like this form. I really like the advisor interview form because it switches the power dynamic. It puts a little bit of power on your side of the ledger. It gives you a tool by which to say, are you telling me the truth, the whole truth? Are you? If you are, why would you be hesitant to sign it? And if you'd like to download that, that's really easy to get to at TalkingRealMoney.com. You just go to TalkingRealMoney.com, the website, and you click on the invest with the guy holding up the help wanted sign. This is why I like the pictures, because I can say the guy holding up the help wanted sign, the woman on safari, the guy with the Scrabble letters that said, different. I can tell you what the picture is. The old hippies by the Volkswagen. You'd know what that is. So there you go. Check it out. And there's all kinds of good stuff there, by the way. That's what we designed it to do. You can create a retirement roadmap. You can download some reading material we like. You can even spend a little time. If you have a complicated question or a little more complicated, or you'd like to do it privately, we understand that you may not be a client of Vestries or want to be a client of Vestries. That's okay, because we built our firm on education. That is the foundation of it. So we want to educate everybody. If you want to have a chat with one of our fiduciary advisors, they're always a fiduciary, always acting in your best interest. They don't sell products. They're not going to pitch you on stuff. If you just want to sit down and talk with one on the phone or via video chat or in our office, just go to the Meet with a Fiduciary Advisor button. That's the young woman shaking a hand, and set up your appointment. So let's see. I think we covered everything for today. Tomorrow we'll have the longer version of the podcast that was recorded on Saturday. So make sure you grab that podcast. Tell your friends. Subscribe, particularly on Apple Podcasts or iTunes. And the ultimate compliment you can pay us is by writing a review, particularly, again, at the behemoth in the podcast market, Apple Podcasts. Thanks for being there. Have a great night or day or whenever it is. We'll talk to you soon. I'm Don McDonald.
Talking Real Money. We hope you realize that the information provided on Talking Real Money is for educational and hopefully enjoyable purposes only. Providing personalized financial planning or investing advice takes time, so please consult with a really good fee-only fiduciary investment, tax, or legal advisor. We know a good one. Investing must always involve risk. In other words, you can and probably will lose money at times. Also, as much as you want it, no one can accurately and consistently predict the future. So past performance doesn't tell you a darn thing about what the future will bring. Unlike many other programs that say something similar, Talking Real Money is not trying to get you to buy or sell any financial products or securities. Instead, the program is provided as a public service by Vestry, a fee-only registered investment advisor. Thanks for listening, and please visit TalkingRealMoney.com for more information and disclosures. That should keep the lawyers happy.